How do we estimate how long a project will take? What factors do we consider?
I think there's two approaches that we typically take when implementing WalkMe. So on one side, you could follow WalkMe or implement WalkMe in parallel to your platform implementation. So this is typically the case when you're implementing S/4HANA or SuccessFactors or Salesforce or Workday or any application. And there basically WalkMe follows the implementation cycle, and the way we typically scope the project there is looking at the number of processes that need to be covered, and then looking at the platform complexity, because some platforms are easier to build on than others. And that is how we typically then scope WalkMe as part of the platform implementation. Then the other approach that you can take, which is also very common, is when we implement WalkMe on top of platforms that are already live. So where already your users are working, again, with Salesforce, SuccessFactors, S4, and then we can look at it from two angles. On one side, you can still look at, okay, what do people need to know from a training onboarding perspective? Also come from the other angle and look at what are, let's say, the top 5, top 10 common issues that users are struggling with? How can we solve for them with WalkMe? Or are there specific processes where we want to go straight to automation to create even more value? There the scoping of the project is typically more on what do we want to achieve and how fast do we want to achieve it. So those projects we can typically implement in 6, 8 to 12 weeks, because you can very rapidly go live with a handful of use cases and then continue building from there to create even more value.